The regional MMA scene finished out February with a bang, so we've got everything from a face disfiguring beatdown to some beautiful submissions we don't get to see on the show very often, and even some familiar faces to Caposa's corner who are still out there and kicking ass in 2022. And these are all thanks to Caposa, so if you want more highlights just like these, go give him a follow on Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman. What is going on, everyone? It's the casual Lawton Veerkant, and this is Caposa's Corner. Kicking us off this week, we're gonna go visit Alosh Pride 72 in Kazakhstan for one fight. Here we have a bantamweight matchup between Kenon Shamili, sitting at a 2-0 record, and he's taking on Beckbolot, who has a 6-3-2 record. As we near the first minute mark of the first round, I can almost guarantee it'll take you a few looks to see just what exactly happens here.
Сөзсіз жанкүйерлердің ықыласына қараңыздар, шытсымен қалай қарсы алды тамаша.
И сразу заметно, да.
Yeah, a knee directly to the liver, and Shamili tries to play it off and does for about 5 seconds, but then the pain just cripples him to the canvas and this fight is over. Gotta give him props though for trying to push through the pain, but the knee from Beckbolot was just too clean and it folds him, and the ref thankfully steps in time. What a win from Beckbolot as he secures this first round win and improves his record to 7-3-2. Now we're gonna go visit our friends at KSW 67 in Poland, where we have two fights to show you. For the first, we have a featherweight bout that sees Pascal heatzen with the 7-0 record, and he competed in the IMAF championships back in 2016, and his opponent, Adam Soldaiev, has a 5-1 record. Another first round finish, except this one has just under 2 minutes left in the round, and both guys are trading exchanges back and forth, so who's gonna be the first one to connect? Soldaiev, that's who connected first. And by connected, we mean beautifully dodging this last left from heatzen and then countering it with a huge right that puts him down and sends the mouthpiece flying. Now, heatzen didn't go fully out, but you can just tell that it takes him a solid 10 seconds to realize just where he is. Soldaiev lands this fantastic highlight though and adds another win to his record, improving it to 6-1. For our second fight at KSW 67, we have a lightweight fight that has David Schmielowski with a crystal clear record of 8-0, and he's up against Filip Pejic, who has a 15-6-2 record and actually fought in the UFC back in 2016, which he sadly lost. So this is the fight I mentioned in the intro about a face disfiguring beatdown, and for the first 2 rounds, Schmielowski is not looking good. Well, we fast forward to the third round, and it seems some of the momentum has changed as he's chasing Pejic down and even knocks him down with this huge right, and then the beatdown ensues. So you couldn't really see it in the live angle, but after this huge right sends him down, the ground and pound literally flattens his nose and finally gets the ref stoppage. What an insane comeback, as Schmielowski had to get a finish to win this fight, and this keeps his record clear at 9-0, which 7 of those 9 were all by KO TKO and 2 by submission. So I don't even have to say it, but this guy is definitely someone to keep your eye on. Moving on, we're gonna go visit Fight Club Rush 11 in Sweden, where we have one fight to show you. This is a flyweight matchup between Zoron Milch, sitting at an even 1-1 professional record, but he competed in the IMAF championships back in 2018, where he lost his second fight, and he's up against Anton Larson, who has a yikes 3-7 record, and he's on a 5-fight losing streak. I wonder how this one plays out. As we near the halfway mark of the second round, Milch is putting the heat on and stuns Larson with this deadly combo, only to do this 8 seconds later.
Boy, that's some of those combinations.
Oh, he drops him! Oh, he's down! And that is it!
After that combo that didn't rock Larson, but definitely hurt him, Milch lands this teep kick to left hook combo, followed by 2 ground hooks, and this fight is over. Milch was definitely dominating this fight, as the records of the fighters suggested would happen, but he does secure the second round win and improves his record to 2-1. Next up, we're going to Creto Fight Champions 2 in Brazil, where we have one fight, and oh yeah, it is time for Caposa's KO of the week. Here we have a bantamweight fight between Thiago Mohamed with a 3-0 record, and he's up against, well, his name is Everton, and there's nothing online about him except for an Instagram page Caposa found that makes it appear he's had 1 or 2 fights before this one, but yeah, that's all we could find. So we are just over 1 minute into this fight, and can Thiago keep his record clean against the mysterious Everton?
o agarra. Trocação, pegou!
Caldaço!
Yes, he can, with a deadly knee in the clinch, followed by one ground hook, and this fight is over. Thiago wasted no time in this fight and sends him down and unconscious to the canvas. It actually looks like that ground hook wakes Everton back up from that deadly knee, but what a win and what an even better knockout as he secures this win and keeps his record clean at 4-0. Now we're going to take a look at Ultimate Warrior Challenge 31 in Mexico, where we have one fight, and it is a main event bantamweight title fight that has defending champion Adrian Luna Martinetti with an 8-1 record, and his challenger Brandon Uruchurtu has a 6-3 record. This is another fight that I mentioned in the intro about a submission you don't see very often, and just 50 seconds in, it appears Uruchurtu drops Martinetti with a punch, but it actually misses, and it seems the spin just tripped him up. But once we go to the ground, who do you think is going to be the next one to hold the title?
Could this be it? He's really close. He's tapping out, Rafa. How Johnny.
It is the defending champion Martinetti with a successful go-go plata, which, like I said, is not a submission you see every day. And if you're unfamiliar with this choke, it's pretty clear to see what it is here, but yeah, you secure the neck with your legs and then crank that head down towards your body using your shin to choke your opponent. Just a beautiful submission by Martinetti as he lands this win and improves his record to 9-1 and is still your Ultimate Warrior Challenge Bantamweight Champion. Off to visit our friends at LFA 125 in New York, where we have two fights to show you. For the first, we have a welterweight fight between Adam Fugit, sitting at a 7-2 record, and his opponent, Solomon Renfro, has an 8-2 record, and fought on the Contender Series last October, where he lost a debated decision, so a win here could mean his call-up to the UFC. So there's a lot on the line for both fighters in this one. One could get the desired call to the UFC, and the other could add a win with a valuable name to his record.
Caught the kick from Fugit.
Oh, he's down!
Oh my God! Over and out!
Yeah, so for context, that was just 43 seconds into this fight, and Fugit pulls off this upset win and does it in spectacular fashion. A check right hook to send him down, followed by some ground hooks and hammer fists, and the ref has no choice but to step in. What an incredible win for him as he improves his record to 8-2 and now has a very nice name added to his resume. For our second fight at LFA 125, we have a main event strawweight title fight for the vacant belt that sees Loveth Young with a 3-1 record, and she's up against a familiar face in Jacqueline Amorim, who has a 4-0 record and has been featured on the show before, and she is a black belt in BJJ as well as a multiple-time IBJJF champion. So we have another fight with a lot on the line for both fighters, but this one starts out comically as Young does a flagrant double-handed fence grab to defend a takedown. She isn't even trying to be sneaky about it.
That's fucking illegal.
And the ref thankfully deducts a point immediately from Young, and once we get back to the action, Young actually gets Amorim down and lands a few hammer fists, but she may want to reconsider willingly going to the ground with a BJJ expert.
Hanging on, cranking. Loveth in pain. She tapped. She tapped. Walk off submission.
Yep, knees are definitely not supposed to bend that way. Amorim proves once again, though, that her BJJ skills are top-notch as she isolates that knee just seconds after being taken down, and 10 seconds later, she forces the tap to secure the win. She is now the first Brazilian women's champion in LFA history, and Caposa noted that every strawweight champion in LFA has gone to the UFC or Contender Series, so it will be very interesting to see what her next step is. But this win improves her record to 5-0, and everyone welcome your new LFA strawweight champion. Still going, we're going to visit our friends at B2 Fighting Series 149 in Georgia for one fight. Here we have a light heavyweight bout between Peter New, sitting at a 2-1 record, and his opponent Derek Overstreet has a 1-0 record. This fight makes it to the third and final round, and as we near the 2-minute mark, well, Peter decides to do this.
Shoots in.
Yep. When it gets to that range 1 and 2,
One single uppercut that just instantly freezes Derek, and he slowly falls to the canvas, and this fight is over. After 3 misses, Peter doesn't give up, and once he gets him against the cage, he loads this uppercut and launches it directly to his chin, and that is all it takes. Fantastic win for Peter as he gets to look back on this beautiful highlight, and he improves his record to 3-1. For our last fight this week, we're at Fury FC 58 in Texas, where we have one fight, and it is a bantamweight matchup that has Devin Miller sitting at a 5-2 record, and he's up against Gianni Vasquez, who has a 6-4 record. We're nearing the halfway mark in the second round, and this one has actually made some rounds on social media due to it being a controversial knockout, so what are your immediate thoughts on it?
Big elbow. That knocked him out. That's it.
I'm sure you can see the controversy already, but the debate is, was this an illegal hit to the back of the head? It was ruled legal live, and Caposa actually talked to this ref who explained to him how it was behind his ear, which is not in the illegal strike zone, making it a completely legal hit. But we don't want to take away from this fantastic knockout from Vasquez, who does secure this win in the second round and improves his record to 7-4. 2 months of the year down, and it just keeps getting better thanks to Caposa, so go show him some support by following him on Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman, and you can also show him some support by checking out his Patreon at patreon.com/Caposa. We also want to give a huge thank you to all of these amazing organizations for hosting these events year-round, and to the fighters, winners, and losers, and we will see you all on the next video. Peace!